G'day everybody and welcome to my cool room. It is freezing tonight, but that's okay because tomorrow is the first day of the Victorian crayfishing season and they like cold water, and I'm going craying in the morning, and because it's so cold I don't even have to put my bait in the fridge because it's warmer in the fridge than what it is outside, so I can get my bait out ready with everything else. But anyway, this video isn't about crayfishing, this is about something very exciting. Look, I bought myself a new camera. Rightio, now I know what a few of you will be thinking. Didn't Robbie just do an unboxing video recently? Sure, I did. This one. A Canon G7X Mark II. I love this camera. It is an absolute ripper. But you see, the thing is, I am a photographer. I love YouTube and I love making videos for YouTube and whatnot, but I've got so many uses for so many cameras. Just like shooters have different guns. They have little guns for rabbits, big guns for deer, shotguns for birds, etc. Keen photographers generally tend to have quite a number of cameras as well, one for each day of the week. I suppose fishermen are no different. They like light rods and reels for trout fishing, heavy rods and reels for cod, medium rods and reels for yellow belly, etc. Now this G7X is my walk around camera. It's a great vlogging camera. I can sit it on a tripod, carry it anywhere. This is great for my time-lapse work. It's just brilliant. The camera that I'm recording on now is my Canon EOS M6. This is my main workhorse. This is my favourite camera. I love this camera. Now, for the first time in probably, I don't know, maybe well over 20, 25 years, I've shifted away from Canon as my lead camera and I've gone to a Panasonic. I've been using Canon cameras for years. I had Canon SLR, film SLR cameras right through the late 80s, right through the 90s. I've had Canon EOS 1000s, 1000F I think there was a 300 in there. I even had an EOS 5, not an EOS 5D, an EOS 5, a film version of the EOS 5D. Back in the day, 5 frames a second continuous shooting, you'd go through a whole roll of film in about 5 seconds. That was great. Then I got the digital. I've had a 350D, a 300D, then a 350D, then a 30D, a 40D, 7D Mark II. I've got a 5D. I still use that, the original 5D. Great cameras. But now I've changed to a Panasonic. Why have I changed to Panasonic after all these years as a Canon man? Before I unbox, I'm just going to tell you why. I love Canon. I love this M6 that I'm filming with now. It is a gem. I love my G7X. That blows me away what that camera can do for such a compact camera, and I'll still be using them a lot. But I needed a new photography camera. This Panasonic that I bought, it does take really good photos. It also does do really good video mode, but it's more of a sports and wildlife photography camera, which is why I bought it, for wildlife and just still photos and everything else, as well as the video capabilities. But there's other reasons. It's a lot more technologically advanced. See, in my opinion, as much as I love my Canon stuff, Canon have really dropped the ball. All these others, not all these others, but the smaller manufacturers like Sony, Olympus, Panasonic, they're bringing in 4K, ultra slow motion and all this really fancy stuff, which Canon aren't doing. I see they've just recently released the Canon M50, which has got 4K video footage, but it's only got it at 24 frames a second, which is cinematic speed. This one I've got here takes 4K up to 60 frames a second, which is slow motion. Then the full HD goes right up to 180 frames a second, which is super slow motion at full HD. Canon are only putting this sort of technology in their top-end models to force people to pay $7,000 or $8,000 for their 1DXs and stuff, and their more expensive cameras. So I've shifted to Panasonic so that I can get these really cool features for a better price. But anyway, without talking too much crap, I'm going to unbox my Panasonic. That's the Panasonic G9. So the Panasonic G9 uses what's called a 4/3 sensor, which is a smaller sensor than what I've got on the camera that I'm using now, the EOS M6, which is what's called a 1.6 crop sensor, or APS-C sensor. The micro 4/3 is a little bit smaller, which means I get more magnification at the telephoto end than what I do with a crop sensor. I get twice as much magnification with the 2/3, with the 4/3 sensor on this Panasonic than what I will on my 5D, which is a full frame sensor. So I've never used a 4/3 sensor before. I've never used a decent Panasonic camera before. This is trial and error, but I'm looking forward to it. Let's unbox it. Rightio, what have we got here? What's in the box? An instruction booklet. Oh, I'm getting very excited right now. The Lumix G9 strap. Never been one to use camera straps. I find they catch the wind a little bit when they're sitting on tripods. There's the battery charger, the Lumix battery charger. There's the cable to plug into the Lumix battery charger. There's the battery itself, which is 1860 milliamp. There's a micro USB. One of the really cool things about this camera is that you can plug a micro USB into the side of it and charge it on the go. You don't need to plug a whole battery charger in. There's the power socket for the charger. And now for the big ticket item itself. Woohoo! Look at that. Have that. Woohoo! Now for the big ticket item itself. Woohoo! Look at that. That there is the Panasonic. See if I can lighten it up a little bit. That there is the Panasonic Lumix G9. It's actually a mirrorless camera. It's not a digital SLR. Looks like a digital SLR. Very, very similar and will perform every bit as well, if not better, than a digital SLR. But it's actually the Panasonic Lumix. Because it's my first Panasonic, and I've never had a Panasonic camera or this mount before, of course I had to buy a couple of lenses to go on it. Right. So here, I've got the Panasonic 12 to 35 f2.8, and in this box we've got a lens pouch and a lens hood. Front and rear lens caps, which is really cool. I apologise if the white parts of this frame are a little bit overexposed, but I just upped the exposure compensation just so that you could see the detail on this camera, because it's black and everything would have been shaded out. But anyway, let's put the lens hood on the 18 to 35. Let's put the 18 to 35 on the camera. The first ever time putting a lens onto a Panasonic. Look at that. What a beautiful camera. Now I will do a full review on this down the line once I've got the hang of it. Dead flat. So the battery, oh no, it's got a little bit of power in it. It's come on, just not very much. And there we have it. Rightio, and there it is. You little beauty. That is focusing on that camera beautifully. So awesome. I won't talk too much in detail about this camera right now. That's a story for another day. I will be reviewing this camera down the line, but for now this video is just an unboxing to show you what's in the box, what you get for your money when you take it out. And down the line, once I've got the hang of it, and it's gonna take me a while to get used to this, because after 20 or 30 years of using Canon menus, Canon functions, knowing where the command dials are, everything is different. Even the focusing ring turns the opposite way. It's gonna take me a little bit of time to get used to, but I am excited, and I just can't wait to bring you some photos and video from this new camera. Thanks very much for watching.